Formula 1 is preparing for its last Grand Prix before the summer break. In Hungary there is a lot at stake, especially for Ferrari. The Italian team needs to win to prevent the gap from Max Verstappen widening even further, and this race weekend was first scheduled in 1986. During the first three seasons, Nelson Piquet twice and Ayrton Senna once each time managed the Brazilian win. Senna was able to win twice more in 91 and 92. The Grand Prix also remained on the programme during COVID with no interruption since the mid-1980s. Lewis Hamilton has won the most victories on the circuit, with Britain managing to be victorious 8 times. Last season, Esteban Ocon managed to take victory. This is partly due to Valtteri Bottas causing a lot of damage after a personal error, meaning Verstappen had to settle with a broken car. Historically, overtaking has been difficult for drivers in Hungary as the track is twisty and bumpy, but over the years we have seen more and more memorable races on it. The track is over 4.3 kilometres long. It's normally very hot in Hungary, which does not help with track conditions, but for teams with lesser engines, it's obviously a place to try and score points. Charles Leclerc and Verstappen have been close for a long time this season in the World Championship, but last weekend the Dutchman increased his lead considerably. Although Monegasque had an excellent lead, the driver made a big mistake and crashed out of the race. Verstappen then went on to win the race, increasing the gap to Leclerc by 63 points. It was a major blow for the Ferrari driver, who admittedly was disappointed with the result in the media. Sergio Perez failed to reach the podium with his 4th place, but he was able to make up ground on Leclerc. With a gap of just 7 points, he can still manage to secure 2nd place before the summer break, although Leclerc will be looking to make up for lost ground. Temperatures will rise again in Hungary, according to weather.com, and it will rise again to 34 degrees Celsius on Friday. It will be 31 and 30 on Saturday and Sunday respectively. However, on Saturday there's a high chance of precipitation for qualifying, currently at about 70%. It's difficult to predict how Ferrari and Red Bull will fare in Hungary, partly due to this season's new car. However, likely both teams will once again have to battle it out to decide which team will win the race. Verstappen will have a mental advantage, where Leclerc has the better car. It seems to be for a short time for him to get over the defeat for the race from France. The driver will undoubtedly try to turn his disappointment into energy, but remains to be seen whether he will succeed. Meanwhile, Mercedes will be hoping for a mistake from one or two of the top teams. The German team has benefited from the problems at Ferrari and Red Bull in recent weeks, racking up a host of World Championship points. The Hungarian Grand Prix circuit could also be suitable for this. And before I go, let me run you through the timetable for the race at Hungarian time. So, free practice 1 starts at 2 o'clock, second practice at 5 o'clock, and then you've got practice 3 3 o'clock and 1 o'clock, and quali at 4 o'clock, and the race gets away 3 o'clock UK time. The story in the paddock on Thursday was obviously dominated by the news that Sebastian Vettel will retire from F1 at the end of the season. Maybe it came as a surprise to some people. I personally wasn't hugely surprised, just with the lack of progress Aston Martin. Someone like him doesn't want to be in the back. But, it goes without saying, he's an all-time great, and he will be missed throughout the sport, as seen by the reaction today. Obviously it's a terrible loss for F1. Not going to delve too deep into it. I have made another video about it, so go and check that out if you want. That's just a dominant story throughout the paddock on Thursday, really, in terms of anything else that would be going on around the track, really, I think. In practice 1, it was Carlos Sainz who was fastest by Ferrari, followed by Max Verstappen in 2nd place. Kind of like an usual FP1 session, not a whole lot you could read into the times. Mercedes did look competitive for a bit, and then they dropped back again. But yeah, mainly big teams testing, area testing. Really interesting development with the Aston Martin rear wing ball team, since see them coming up with innovation. But yeah, that looks interesting, one to keep an eye on, but they didn't have much effect on the first practice session. But yeah, this session really was all about just aero testing, really. And then in the second session, it was Charles Leclerc who was fastest for Ferrari, followed by Lando Norris, then Carlos Sainz, then Max Verstappen. You have Daniel Ricciardo in 5th, Mercedes down in 8th and 11th, with Perez in 9th. So yeah, a bit of a mixed-up session. But yeah, what we can say is the Ferraris look pretty mighty. McLaren as well, also looking strong, but you thought there's more to come from the Red Bull. Mercedes look like it's struggling again. Which is a bit of a shame, because I was hoping to see 3 teams up there. So yeah, kind of an interesting session, but with rain coming tomorrow, it may not mean a lot, to be honest. Before I go, let me run you through my predictions for this weekend, and obviously it's a wet qualifying, so yeah, it could spice the grid up a bit, but I'm going to say on pole, it's going to be Charles Leclerc. I think he'll just be so desperate to overcome what happened in France and just get back on the right track, even if it may be too late in terms of the championship. I think this could be a circuit like Monaco that kind of suits the Ferrari. I'm going to say he'll back that pole into a win, and I'm going to say Carlos Sainz will come 2nd, Perez will come 3rd, and Max Verstappen will have an issue. and just kind of spice up the championship, anything. So yeah, bold prediction, but may happen. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and also comments down below. Follow and subscribe to me for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.